Hi guys, Rachel with Spunky Misfit Girl here, and I am so excited today. My channel just hit the first stage of monetization and being able to join the YouTube partner program. So I have signed up. I'm not able to set up ad revenue yet, but I'm very, very close. So thank you so much to every one of you for watching and for being here and for commenting and doing my projects. I appreciate it so much. It's a really fantastic milestone for me. It's been not quite 2 years that I've been consistently doing YouTube videos, and it's just been so much fun and a great time. And I'm actually gonna talk more in a different video about that when we're not doing a project. So for today, we're gonna get down to it, and I have actually released this brand new, really fabulous Alice in Wonderland kit in my Etsy shop that I love. And we are gonna make a little pamphlet style journal just like this, which is one of my standard styles that I do now. And we're gonna make this style of journal out of the Alice kit. So I will link to the Alice kit in the description so that you can go and grab that. And this is a little bit, takes a little bit of doing, so it might end up being 2 videos. We'll see. We'll get started and see where we get to in a little bit of time. But so this is what it looks like, and it has a closure just kind of underneath this cover piece. And then there are pockets on that inside cover. And, the style, I change up the style of how I do this depending on the kit. So it won't look exactly like this. This is from My Porch Prints kit. That is also very beautiful. And then we've got one signature sewn inside and pocket on the back again as well. And sometimes what I'll do is I'll include an envelope in the signatures, but we'll see. This is the first time I'm making one with this kit, and so we'll see how it goes. And you guys can come along. So I have prepped everything from the kit. There is a ton. This is a really, really stuffed kit, much bigger than anything I've done before. There's all kinds of different cards. And I just printed out everything and inked it all up, cut it all up. Lots of fun fussy cuts with the Cheshire Cat and some Drink Me bottles, this pretty flower lady, the White Rabbit and Alice herself, all kinds of ephemera, and then all my sort of standard types of ephemera, as well as some words and phrases and things. So it's just a really packed kit. Bookmark style pieces that can be used as tuck spots even as well. So we've got a lot of fun stuff to do when it comes to decorating and putting all this stuff in. But let's put the structure of the journal together first and foremost. And maybe decorating will be a second video. Okay, so we've got our background papers. There are 6 background papers in the kit, and I chose this one to put on my cover. It's a little lighter. I wanted something lighter, and I'm going to use, there are, I believe, 3 sets of 2 5x7 cards. I printed these at 90% so that they're kind of at the right size that I want to put on that cover. So there's 2 of these. I saved the 90% on her, so I would remember to tell you that that's what I printed it at. And she's going to go on the front, and she's going to go on the back. And so I printed all of this cover piece and these 2 Alice cards that I wanted for the front on cardstock. I believe it is a 90-pound cardstock, but I will double check on that for you and try to make sure that I remember to put that in the description. My printer does not take 110 pound. If yours does and you want to print 110 pound, that would probably be the better option. But I'm gonna just make a little note for myself to look at the pound of this paper. And then I printed this other background paper on the inside that I think will make a really nice interior. I think I'll probably put a pocket over here. Maybe on this one I'll do a side pocket or something. Since there's this nice design on the front, maybe I would do some stamping or something on the inside too. So that's the cover. And I printed out a couple of the other backgrounds to use for making pockets and maybe doing some collages on the inside. For the interior pages, there are 12 journal pages in the kit that are double-sided. And for the purposes of this video, I printed them all and cut them up. So I printed the cover at, my printer always comes up by default at 97%, so I printed that at that, and then I printed these pages just a couple percentage points below that, so they'll fit neatly inside. So I think I did these at 94%. Normally I do 8 of these pages, and then I do 4 of something else. So I'm gonna pull out a few of these probably and show you what I would normally put in here. Cheshire Cat and the Mad Hatter. Really loving this kit. And then there's an interior, a blank journal page as well for the interior. You probably can't see it on the camera, but there is a little bit of a light, airy design on here with some little hearts that actually matches the this background paper, but in a lighter format. So you can use that for the interior if you want, for all of those pages for the back side of printing. So let's grab a couple of other. So normally I have all these other, like I might put book pages in as an interior page. I might put some kind of just other scrappy paper, like this type of thing. I have ones that are different sizes. And then I think for this one, I'll actually do an envelope too, so you can kind of see how that'll work. I have a bunch of these square envelopes that I'm not really using for anything else. So I think we'll put that in here as well. So I'm going to cut it off on the non-flap side to go just inside of the cover. And I'm going to cut my back cover Alice too. We'll have that up here. So the first thing we're going to do is just put our signature together. So I did already, as you can see, cut up my cover. I inked all around my folds and the front and inside. And so let us take, let's see, I think maybe we'll just do one cat. We want the Alices. We want the Mad Hatter. What is that? 1, 2, 3, 4. And then 5. And where's my rabbit? I want my rabbit. 6. Okay. With that other Alice, that's 7. And then we'll do one of these Mad Hatters too, so that I don't have 2 left over. So let's do that Mad Hatter. Okay, so that's 8. So then we've got our envelope, which will make a page, and we've got these 3 others that will give us a little bit more of a junk journal feel. So I'm just going to cut these in, or fold these in half. I'll cut them in half. Don't do that. And just measure them out to make sure that they are going to fit inside of my journal. So this guy will be fine, doesn't need any cutting. So is that guy. So is this guy, I think. So let's put our signature together. Who do we want on the front? Let's see, I think we have an Alice, but she's gonna be the cover, so maybe we'll do this one with Alice as the cover and go Mad Hatter next. So I would usually do 2 of these pages and then another one of my different styles here. And then we're gonna go Alice. And I think we'll do another one of these. Our book page. And the cat. And the cakes. This guy in here. Somebody asked me recently, I believe she got this kit even, and she was very, very worried, and she messaged me in my Etsy shop and said, oh no, can I not make a journal to sell? And I said, oh honey, she was so worked up. You can absolutely, if you buy this kit and you make this journal, you can sell it. And you can do that as many times as you want, as long as you make your own new creation out of the kit. It's just I just ask that you don't just print out things and leave them as is and sell them as a kit. My pages are a little bit too long, so I'm gonna have to give them a trim, those inside ones. And I ask that you don't use the images as is and sell those as your own, because even though I do use AI in my work, it is still a lot of work to put these kits together so that they're ready for you to use. And there's a lot of work that goes into it in Photoshop and in Canva in terms of making the design. And so it's just so that you're not competing with me in that regard. Okay, so no worries on printing the kit out and making your own physical creation out of it, whatever that looks like. It's totally fine, and you can do that as many times as you want. And I do it myself with other people's kits as well, and I'm 100% here for supporting all of the different creators who make printables on Etsy for us to use for our journals. Okay, I think we've got it. Okay, so those guys are gonna go inside of there, and now we're gonna sew them into our journal. So let's find the middle. And I'm gonna clip on one end like that, and on the other end like this. I'm gonna just double check that I still have you guys. Okay, and then I'm gonna take my awl, otherwise officially known as the pokey tool, and I'm gonna find about the center. I'm not too picky about whether I'm exactly there. And I'm gonna find about 1/2 inch from the bottom, and I'm gonna poke a hole, and I'm gonna find about 1/2 inch from the top. Again, not too picky. And poke some holes. And then I'm gonna take my bookbinding needle with its very nice big hole, and I'm gonna take some beeswax thread, and I'm gonna go 3 times my length. And I'm gonna sew this guy right into its cover. So we're gonna go from the inside of the middle out And then in through the top. Ooh, I said I was going to show you guys a 5-hole pamphlet stitch one of these days too. I'm going to have to remember to do that too. Too late on this one. I mean, I could, but I don't want to go back. Maybe I'll make that its own video. And I'm going to tie this. So I went out through the top. No, I went out through the middle, in through the top, out through the bottom, and back in through the middle. I've been doing the pamphlet stitch so much that it's second nature now. So if you're new to it, don't worry. It only takes a few times. And it's really not like sewing at all. I'm just gonna do a little note for myself again too, so I remember 5-hole stitch. Otherwise, I say things. I say all kinds of things. I make promises and then I forget them. So, look at that. We have a journal. Simple and easy. Look at that. Took no time at all. So the next thing we're going to do is we're going to figure out what kind of closure we want here. So I'm going to take a look at some ribbons that I have. So I'm going to put this girl on the cover, but I'm going to give her a background first too. And I haven't decided what that's going to be. I don't know if I have something in the kit that works perfectly for that, because this is busy and she's relatively busy. So we need her layered background to be relatively, you know, not much going on. This one could work. I could just do it like, is it not the most economical use of paper, but I could just do it like this. But then I don't know what I'm going to do with her on the back. I want something for the back. I think this dark guy, I wish I would have printed out the other. I think this dark guy is too much. That's going to be crazy and it's not going to look nice. So I might have to use something outside of the kit. Some craft cardstock might be a nice, yeah, I like that. I think maybe we'll do that. Okay, so that tells me about what my cover is going to look like. So let's take a look at some colors of ribbon and things. I think this might be a little too pearly and sweet. This kit is a little bit grittier. What else? Where's my chiffon? I bet this guy might work. Yeah? What do you think? My crew? A red might work. Ooh, I have this red. With that red in there. Oh, that is something, don't you think? I think we're gonna use that. Okay. Yes. An Alice. Reminiscent of the Red Queen as well. Love that. Okay, so we want, I usually try to do quite a bit. I'm just wrapping it around. You know, I want, especially with something wide like this, I want quite a bit of extra. I kind of wanted to cut it off to not have two little bitty pieces, but I don't want to. Yeah, I think I'm just going to use the whole thing right now. And then we'll see. And I'll just cut it off in little pieces if I need to, and that's fine. And maybe we'll use the little pieces on the inside when we decorate. So I'm just going to glue kind of in the middle here where this is going to go so that I don't have a lot of extra. And put that on right there like that, and the back as well. Oh, this is going to be so pretty. This kit is super fun. Okay, and so then while we give that just a second to grab on, we're going to add these two to their background. And so I'm going to use tape. You can see my mistake in printing on the back. I made it too small. But since I knew I was going to be sticking these down, it didn't matter. Help me not have to waste that paper, especially with this heavier cardstock stuff. It is more expensive. So I'm just using my double-sided tape. I'm going to do that with both my front and my back Alice. I do have a specific pair of little scissors for this because they do get sticky and they will over time become unusable for anything else. So normally I would also put some glue in the middle just because I am selling these and I want them to be durable. So I like having a backup adhesive in case either the tape or the glue ends up not holding. If you're not selling them, if you're just making them for fun, probably one or the other is just fine. So I'm just going to put this so that my top and my side are pretty well aligned to where I want them. And then I'm going to do the same thing with this one for her. And then I'm just going to cut to make my other two sides about even. Yeah. Okay. There you go. We're just going to eyeball that to give it a little bit of an edge there, and eyeball this one to also give it a little bit of an edge. It's probably a little too big. Yeah, looking good. Let's do her as well. And then we're gonna ink them up and glue them onto with some tape as well. I like using tape on the edges of these kinds of things because it's a little cleaner and you don't run the risk of getting glue blobs coming out the edges, but you still get those edges nice and stuck down. I've been thinking about creating a Facebook group so that we can share. Several people have told me they're making my projects and I want to be able to see what you guys are doing. So give me a thumbs up or a yes in the comments if you join a Facebook group if I start it. I'm a little worried about the running of it and keeping it going and everything, and just with how much work I know it is, but maybe there's some of you who would like to be moderators and help with something like that, and if that is the case, also let me know. I'm just gonna tape these guys up as well. Easy peasy. so pretty. So she's gonna go on front like this. And I think I'm gonna put her a little more towards the top so we can add some kind of words on the bottom. And that'll make a very nice cover. So again, I'm gonna glue in the middle like that to give myself a little extra. I maybe should have been a little more precise with getting my tape closer to the edge so those edges wouldn't raise, but I think it's okay. So we're gonna put her just like that. Ooh, love it, so pretty. And we're gonna put her friend on the back, her twin, really. And if you wanted to, if you were gonna make 2 journals at once, you could swap these up. The Cheshire Cat is on a page with himself. Now this one I'm not gonna put any words on, so I think I'm gonna put it down a little bit lower so it's a little more centered. I think the Mad Hatter is on a page with him or herself. And you could put Alice on the front and Cheshire on the back, or vice versa, and mix it up. Okay, let's see what we have for words. I think there's really only one choice in the kit, and I hope I didn't lose it. I know I had it earlier. Oh, actually, there's this guy too. That could work. Might need to go over Alice just a little bit, which would be okay. There's this little guy too. You could do that and put another word on the inside. I do also have just, you know, basic words like journal and wonder and imagine and things like that in a kit in my shop. It's not really a kit, it's just the words. Something like that could work there too, in that same way. Or we have this guy, which is what I was planning on. Or we also have this guy, which could also work. I like that. I think we're going to do that one. Okay, so that's our cover. And let's see where we're at. We're at 30 minutes. I think we'll leave that for now. And we'll do the decorating as a second video. What do you guys think? You want to just keep going? I hear you. I hear you telling me that you want to just keep going. All right, let's keep going. We'll make this, it'll probably be an hour video. But if all you want to do is just make the structure, that's it. You've made the structure. If you followed along, that's your journal. And now we'll just go on and we'll decorate the insides. And actually, I think I will leave my closure just as it is and not cut it off at all, because it is just barely long enough to make a nice splashy bow on the side like that. I don't think I'd want it any shorter. I am gonna trim off that end though. It's gonna keep probably doing that, which is unfortunate. I don't know. Maybe there's a solution to that. How to make my ribbons stop fraying. Okay, but it is a junk journal. Let's keep that in mind. Let's not forget. Now, here, this is very busy. So we want something that's not so busy for our pockets. I think our only option for that is going to be some part of this guy. So I'm going to cut it, I don't know, right about here, because that's what I like. And right about here. So I'm going to cut this way first, because then I have this whole piece is the right height for my pockets. Although actually I said with that back page I was gonna maybe make a tall skinny pocket. However, normally the way that I do these journals is that I just do 2 pockets like this. One in the front, and we can decorate that, and then one on the back like this. So, and I think actually that I kind of really like that, so I think I'm just gonna go ahead and do it that way. And we'll give these a notch. Just eyeballing to the middle on these. Oh, I'm just so excited that I might actually make a little money for my YouTube channel, you guys. It's the best thing ever. It's just delightful, because I love doing this. It's like playing. It's like being a little kid, and it's so much fun. And if I can get to the point where I'm actually making even just a chunk of my living from this, I'll be so happy. Okay, ink those up. And this guy goes in the front. And so usually with this style, I keep it pretty simple because I'm selling these. I need it to not take a huge amount of time. Otherwise they would cost so much that no one would buy them. And also, you know, like sometimes less is more with these. It just looks nicer to have just kind of a simple, fun things to find, you know, some good little flips and flaps and secret things, but if you overcomplicate it, it can get just kind of messy feeling. So I usually just do these 2 pockets in the front and back. And then with the ones with an envelope like this, I will cover up the envelope too, so that it's not, and let's actually look. I have some big cards here. I think we'll use something like this. Yeah, I needed more plain background papers in here. So I do have a neutral background kit too. I would recommend, if you're gonna do this, get that kit too, and print out a couple of those to go along with this. So this, I was gonna tell you that too. So I've got 3 different weights here. My interior pages were a copy weight paper, very thin, the cheapest stuff. And then this is a mid-weight, and I think it's a 64, 65 pound. And that's what I use kind of for these decorative background papers. Problem I'm having is that putting this on top of that, like, this is just gonna be a hard background. I think what we could do though, here's what we could do, is we could make the background more of the feature. We could do something like this, right? I think I'll do that so that we can use this. So since we cut this side here, our pocket's here, so we're gonna cover up pretty much all the way to the edge. I'm gonna leave just a little bit of a border because I like that. And I'm gonna cut a piece. And it is really hard to see where your marks are on this paper. So I'm gonna there you go. And I just want to remind you guys too that if you're not on my email list, you should go get on it. You can get a free Alice printable right out of the gate when you sign up. The link is in the description. And I also do discounts and freebies to my list about once a month. It's not overwhelming. I don't email a ton. And I did do a half off of this Alice kit when I released it to celebrate, but just to my email list. So get on there if you haven't yet. That mark literally totally disappears. I can see it when I hold it up in the light, but it totally disappears when I put it down. Okay, where's this one? I gotta kind of find it and keep it. It's right about in here. There it is. Okay. So let's do that this way. Now, I know that you guys were arguing for me to keep going and do the decorating, but I am realizing that this is probably going to take, it might take more than half an hour even. It might end up being a super marathon video now. So with these, I will probably do tape again, because again, I like those edges to just be clean and not having to worry about it. And there's not a lot that needs to be done with aligning this. You know, when I'm trying to align something that might need to move around a little, glue is better, because this stuff, once it sticks, it's stuck. I think this is the first kit where I've actually put fussy cuts in with the kit. So I'm actually kind of excited to play around a little with the decorating for this journal. All right. So that guy's gonna go about like that. Oh, that's pretty. Okay, I really like how that looks next to the rabbit. Glad I decided to go with this background anyway, even though it's a little bit harder to use, a little bit busier. Oh, we'll sort it out. We'll figure something out. Maybe we'll put some texture or something on it. I don't know what I have that would make sense for that, because like something like this could work with a the rabbit could go here. Do I have, you know what I have? Oh, but I think it has the same background on it. I'm late in here somewhere, but, oh no, it isn't. Oh good. Oh, look at this. This is gonna work out perfectly, you guys. Look at me. Oh yeah, rabbit. Awesome. Awesome. I thought I was gonna be screwed, and crafting's like magic, you guys. It really, I don't know, when stuff like that works out for me, I feel like, all right, this guy's gonna go down here, just like that. Maybe move this over just a squidge. Yeah, perfect. Perfect page. Okay, and all of the stuff is in the kit. Super cute bunny. He's so classy with his top hat. Okay, and then what do we want to put back here? Something like this, but that's got that background on it. So maybe just this one fits kind of nicely, or just this one. When I used to read fairy tales, I fancied that kind of thing. Never happened. And now here I am in the middle of one. I think I will do the same thing with this guy and put this on some of this. And I'm just going to glue it to make it a little faster. Just to offset it. Those layers, I tell ya, making a nice little layer is the way to go on something like this, to just class it up just that much more. Another thing that I should tell you guys, particularly those of you who have joined me at Crafters Convention previously in Central Texas, there is a new crafting convention, and it's actually called Crafting Convention. That is, they're just getting going. It's brand new. They're just ramping up, so I don't think they've done much marketing yet, but I am signed up and confirmed to be a vendor and to teach 2 classes. It is on the weekend of September 12th, 13th, and 14th, I believe. It's a Thursday evening and then a Friday and Saturday of shopping and classes. And it is going to be in Round Rock. So I know a lot of you are in that area. And again, if you're interested in this kind of stuff and you haven't signed up for my email list, please do. You can let me know also that you're in the Texas area and you're interested in in-person events just by emailing me at rachel@spunkymisfitgirl.com, and I will tag you and put you on my list for in-person events in Austin. And that way you'll always hear about that. I do also update on my website, spunkymisfitgirl.com, where I'm going to be upcoming. That is the next in-person event that I have scheduled right now, just because it's too damn hot to do any outside events in the summer here. Okay, that's awesome. Now, what I didn't think about was that we are going to need some kind of thing to go in here. And we do have some cards and things, but I think I'm going to make a cardstock guy that fits in here perfectly too, just because I like doing that with these. But I'm going to save that, I think. I'll show you, I'll go through the rest of the decorating, how I usually do that with this style of journal, and save that for later, because I think you guys can probably do that for yourself. So we'll just take a look more at the kit. So I'm gonna think about what I want to do here to level this up a little. I've got some circle guys that are pretty cool here, and I would usually put something. I've got these little pieces, which I didn't cut all the way out. I don't always use them, but they can be good for this kind of thing. When you want something that makes kind of a straight element behind a circle like that. So let's take a look at what this one would look like here. Something like this. What else do we have? The other thing we could do is just use a piece of the background paper if we're not loving that. This guy matches, and that's unfortunate. Ooh, we're gonna do something like this too. Yeah, I think I might have to go outside the kit for this one. Or I don't know. So the problem with doing the first one of these on camera is that I just don't, I also have fussy cuts, you know? I had a fussy cut here with something like this. Or what other fussy cuts do we have that might work? Ooh, yeah. Okay. I like that. I'm going to cut this off a little over here so that it's a little shorter. Class it up with the background too. Pretty much always, if I've got it close, but just not quite, it's just not quite what I want, giving the thing a background will help finish her off. That might be a little too big. Yeah. Okay, guys, we are at 46 minutes here. And I don't think I'm gonna be able to finish this whole thing in another 15 minutes. See, now that got a little bit big. Maybe we'll just leave Alice out, or maybe we should put Alice on top. No, I don't think that works. Yeah, I should have cut this off first, I think. What else do we have? This guy's probably too big. Yeah. But I like that. Darn it. Let's look on the back here and see if she would work. No, my back is busy. My back, I just want... I think I'll put that guy on my back. Maybe we can do Alice with something else on the front. Okay. Put that in there like that. And then maybe we can do Alice and something like this. I wish I would have brought my Alice rubber stamps too. I have a set. That's kind of fun. What do you think? It's a little bit weird, but I kind of like that. The nice thing about Alice journals is that you can be a little bit weird. And it fits the theme. I'm going to give this just a very, very skinny background because I think it's not going to work with anything too much bigger, but I do want to give it that bigger, that little bit of background to make it stand out. I lost my blade. So very skinny. Very skinny. Skinny. I had a super duper busy week at work at my day job, so this is the first time in a little while I've gotten to kind of sit down and just breathe, do something fun. So I'm really appreciating it right now. I needed it. It's been a challenging week. It's a good job. I like it. I like the people I work with a lot. There's no problems there. And this is unusual. We were in a launch. But it has been a bit stressful. So it's nice to sit down with Alice. And you folks watching along, I think that turned out darling. I was frustrated with it a little there, but woo! I love it. Ooh, getting a little dry. Okay, so let's see what can go into this pocket here. Let's take some things from the kit. And I usually try to do one of these kind of taller guys in these pockets because they stick out nicely. Where's the other one? I have 3 here. Who should we put in here? The cat. I kind of like the cat right out of the gate in here. Oop, let's make sure our pocket is functioning. We haven't glued anything to itself here. Okay, so we've got him in there. And maybe, I actually didn't print a background on this one, so I might need to glue this guy down somewhere. These guys have backs. These are nice big cards. They're actually maybe a little big. We've got a cat. Ooh, look at this pretty. That one's pretty. Let's put that in there too. Give it a little nice background. And then a tag of some kind. Do we make it a tag? I like her a lot too. This one, I kind of want something different from that thing on the side. You know? Ooh, here's my other, ooh, I want to use her as a pocket. Something different. What have we for other, there's a whole pile of tags here. How about her? Our cover Alice. Yeah, or we've also got this one. No, I think in the front here. Or we've also got this one, also different Alice. Maybe her. I don't think I'm gonna make her a tag though. These style size can make good pockets too, which is really nice. You know, if you just glue them down, and I do a lot of that. Even this size of littler card fits in there. So I'm just gonna tuck her in there like that. So then usually what I do with these is I skip a page. So I'll leave this page blank, and then we've got this little get up right here to figure out something to do with, and maybe the Hatter actually makes a perfect tuck spot on this size paper. So I'm gonna do that. And I'm just gonna glue her sides and top and bottom. She does kind of look like a girl on this one. Right? And then I'll just find a couple things to stuff in there. Maybe the bigger cards. I do have to think about that belly band too. That's usually the first thing I do with these. And I normally make an envelope, and I didn't, that is one thing that I didn't put into the kit as an envelope. So maybe make a separate downloadable with envelopes that match this kit. A couple different ones. I like that. And then we're gonna go ahead and skip this guy, and we'll come here. Although sometimes when I have these shorter pages, sometimes what I would do is just, and I think I am gonna do it in this case, I'm gonna actually do this one and skip the next one, because I wanna put some kind of little pocket, just like I was telling you about with this other guy of this size. Make that a pocket too. on the side. Yes, yes, yes. He's a little plain in the middle, so I might add something. But I don't know. It's not super plain. This could be a good place for something like this with another word. Or my Alice stamps that I have to figure out where that went. Okay, who do we want to put in there? The Hatter again, maybe? We could put the cat over here, matching himself over there. That's kind of fun. Let's put Alice in there. Yeah? Love it. And you can turn these into tags if you want. I mean, they're shaped to be tags. I kind of actually like just leaving them as is for these. They're fun. Just like that. Okay, let's skip this one. And we'll do a little something here too. Maybe turn this guy into a tuck spot. Ooh, I don't like that against her. Let's use something. A lot of times what I'll do too, which I like, which maybe might be the thing here, is just paper clip. I have these super cute little heart-shaped paper clips that I use in these journals. They're at the bottom of my pile of paper clips. I can get one. There we go, like this. And I just clip those in there like that. Yeah, I think I'm just gonna do that on that one, keep it simple. Now with the flap of the envelope, normally what I would do is cover that up with something and leave it as a tuck spot. So we've got this guy we could use here. I don't think we had much left of the black one. I actually did not print out enough pages for this. I would suggest at least one more if you're gonna do the envelope. Because that needs a good bit of paper to cover it up. So usually I would do this, just well, normally I just cover it up because I don't want to fuss with making something that fits inside of here. But I think this time I'm going to try it like this. I'm going to just try it and put it inside. And just use the flap as my end and see how that goes. And I think what we can do is actually cut it backwards. Kind of like that. It's not quite right, but it's close. So if I flip that here, it'll be the same on this side. And then I'll just do it like that. I'm not trying to really be super precise, but there, that's cute. I like it well enough. And then I'm gonna ink it and put it on there and just glue the sides of the flap so that it becomes a tuck spot. And then we'll tuck a card in there too. Okay, yeah, love it. Very good. And then just the sides here. And I'm gonna leave the tape on that flap because otherwise it'll be sticky. Mess up our tuck spot. So let's put our header in there. Yeah, we'll give it a little bit to glue so she doesn't get gluey. So then I'm gonna skip, yeah, I'm not gonna do any more there. And we've got one here. We'll do the card for that later. So let's see. I decided I was gonna have to glue her down. So let's put her here. Make her a tuck spot too, just on the side and the bottom. Just like that. And then somebody will get slipped in there. And I'm gonna skip this one and do something here. Like her. What do I have that she could go with for paper? Maybe something like this. Or maybe I should just go ahead and put her on there just like that. Kind of like that, actually. Simple. Yay. Talking flower, because you know we love those. And then I think I'm gonna keep it simple here. Oh, I've got so much left here still. I mean, that's the thing, like you can do a lot more with this kit. But I think I might just give it this big cat and let it be. And then we'll stuff this guy too. Again with one of our, here we'll do Alice here. And maybe we'll put this one in here. There's a chance I want to use it on my card though. Put this one in there for more background making. And there's tons of little cards and tags and things in here that you have lots and lots of options. You can stuff these super full. I'm gonna put the cakes and maybe a bottle. And call that good. That's our, I call them pamphlet style Alice journal. Thank you guys so much for watching. Don't forget to sign up for my email list. The link is in the description. And to like and subscribe. And I will see you guys in the next video.